Some IEMs try to wow you with massive bass, others focus purely on technical performance. But after spending quite some time with the Kiwi Ears Airoso, I think Kiwi Ears chose a completely different approach. Let's talk about it. Hi there, I'm Avijit and you're watching TechNutso. Today we are taking a look at the Kiwi Ears Airoso. I have been using this for music, movies and even gaming paired with different decks to really understand what they have to offer. Before we begin, thanks to KVS for sending this out for review. As always, all opinions in this video are entirely my own. So let's get started. Starting with the unboxing, the packaging actually looks pretty cool. I like the color combination, and on the front you get an image of the IEM shells printed, which gives a nice first impression. Kiwi Ears is also sticking with their familiar slide up style unboxing experience, which feels clean and premium. As soon as you open the box, the first thing you see is the IEM shells placed neatly at the top. Under that, you get the paperwork and manual, a carry case with the Kiwi Ears branding on the top, the braided cable, and multiple ear tip options. I also appreciate that Kiwi Ears has included 3 different styles of ear tips, giving you a total of 9 pairs. Getting the right fit can completely change both the comfort and the sound, so it's nice to have plenty of options right in the box. Overall, it's a complete unboxing experience. Talking about the build quality, the Kiwi Ears Airoso gives a really good first impression. It features a high precision CNC aluminum alloy and titanium faceplate paired with a 3D printed resin shell. The shells are surprisingly lightweight, but they don't feel cheap at all. The faceplate looks premium and features subtle Kiwi Ears branding, giving it a clean and stylish appearance. Moving to the cable, it has a twisted braided design and definitely feels premium. The included 3.5 mm connector is gold plated. The only thing I noticed is that the cable tends to tangle occasionally, so that's something to keep in mind. Coming to the carry case, I actually liked it more than I expected. It's spacious enough to store the IEMs, extra ear tips, and even the Kiwi Ears Aid together, making it convenient to carry everything in one place. Overall, the build quality feels premium and well worth it. Now quickly talking about the specifications. The Kiwi Ears Airoso features a hybrid driver setup with one dynamic driver and 4 balanced armature drivers. It also features a precision crossover design with a dual crossover system for seamless frequency response across lows, mids and highs. The shells combine a CNC aluminum alloy and titanium faceplate with a 3D printed resin body, keeping them lightweight while still feeling premium. On paper, the specifications are impressive, but as always, implementations matter far more than specifications. Now talking about comfort, even though the shells are slightly on the bigger side, I didn't really face any issues during longer listening sessions. They are lightweight, sit securely in my ears, and remain comfortable for the most part. I also didn't face any listening fatigue. One small tip though, take your time finding the right ear tips. A proper noise isolating fit not only improves comfort but also helps you get the best sound experience out of these. Now coming to the most important part, the sound. And if I had to describe the Kiwi Ears Airoso in just 2 words, clarity and separation. The soundstage feels wide, instruments have room to breathe, and the overall clarity genuinely stands out. For me, that's easily the highlight of this IEM. I primarily tested the Airoso with the Kiwi Ears AD1 and also with the Audiocular Note. What surprised me the most was how differently these two decks shape the listening experience. With the Kiwi Ears AD1, vocals and instruments stand out beautifully. The bass is present, but it's controlled. It only shows up when the song demands it and never tries to dominate the mix. Now switching over to the Audiocular Note, that's when I realized that the Airoso is capable of producing some really satisfying thumpy bass. What's impressive is that the extra bass doesn't suppress the vocals or instrument, nor does it introduce any noticeable distortion. Talking about the tuning, especially with the Kiwi Ears 81, the lows aren't extremely punchy, but the sub bass is definitely present and helps balance the overall presentation. The mids are loud, clean, and easily the main focus of this IM. Vocals sound natural and instruments are presented beautifully. The highs are probably the second highlight. They bring energy and air to the music without becoming harsh or fatiguing. This tuning is something I genuinely enjoyed. What makes the Aero so special to me is how effortlessly it balances the lows, mids, and highs. It isn't trying to impress you with overwhelming bass. Instead, it gives you just the right amount while allowing the mids and highs to shine. If you are someone who wants even more bass, you can tweak the PEQ on the Kiwi Ears 81 according to your preference. But personally, I kept coming back to the original tuning. And I'm honestly surprised by how much the source changes the overall character of this IEM. I genuinely love the way Kiwi Airoso sounds. Now, I also tried gaming with the Kiwi Ears Airoso. In fact, I won my very first BGMI match while using these. Now, obviously, I am not saying that the IM won me the game, but the directional audio genuinely impressed me.
Footsteps were easy to track, gunshot positioning felt accurate, and understanding where enemies were coming from felt very natural. Another thing I liked was that the gunshots never felt overly loud or fatiguing. Everything stayed balanced, making longer gaming sessions really enjoyable.
So, if you enjoy games like BGMI, I can definitely recommend these for gaming.
One quick thing before moving ahead, the variant I have does not come with an inline controller or microphone, so there's no call quality test in this review. This one is purely focused on the listening experience.
Now, the important question, are they actually worth it?
The Kiwi Ears Airoso comes in at around $130, which is roughly around Rs 12,000 to 13,000. And after spending quite some time with them,
I'd say yes, but for the right person.
if your priorities are excellent clarity, wide sound separation, premium build quality, enjoyable gaming performance, and a tuning that remains balanced without becoming fatiguing, then I think the Airoso justifies its price. Now, if you're someone who wants heavier bass straight out of the box, this might initially feel a little reserved, but pairing it with something like the Audiocular Note or tweaking the PEQ on the Kiwi Ears AD1 can noticeably increase the bass response and change the overall experience.
Personally though, I still prefer the stock tuning. The Kiwi Ears Airoso isn't trying to impress you with overpowering bass or artificial excitement. Instead, it focuses on clarity, separation and balance. And after spending time with it, I can confidently say that this has become one of my favorite tunings from Kiwi Ears, especially if you enjoy vocals, clean presentation and long listening sessions. If you would like to check it out, I'll leave the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to TechNutso, and I'll catch you in the next one. TechNutso signing off.